Hey guys, it's Mountain Hunter with another scope review for you. Today's 13 November. My Kentucky rifle season has been in full swing for about 2 days. I've been hunting really hard. Not had any luck yet, but hopefully that's going to change. Got rained out today, so I thought it would be the perfect time to bring you guys another optics review. So what do we have? We've got the Trijicon 3 to 9 by 40 Accupoint, not to be confused with the 3 to 9 Accupower. So what's the difference? Well, the Accupoint is fiber optic with a fiber optic dot, and it requires no batteries, and it has a auto illumination feature. So you don't have to turn the intensity up, you don't have to turn the intensity down. It adjusts automatically to your ambient light source. Accupower uses a CR 2032, I may be wrong, but I think that's what it is, battery. It has an LED dot, and it's self-adjusting. So you adjust the intensity level of the LED on your own with a rotary dial on the left side of the scope. So the reason that I chose the Accupoint over the Accupower is I actually do have an Accupower 1 to 4 that I've been running on my AR for a couple years. Great optic. I put it through some pretty hard use going through some carbine courses, and it's did absolutely phenomenal. It did great, no issues. I've been beating and banging, and I've had absolutely no issues with it. But for what I'm trying to do here, the ultimate eastern whitetail hunting optic, basically 350 yards in, actually probably not that much. 350 yards is kind of a push for you guys that actually really hunt and know what I'm talking about. But I wanted something that I don't have to adjust, that doesn't have batteries, and I can just pull it up on target, on a whitetail, on a coyote, whatever I'm doing, and the fiber optic is going to be there and at the perfect intensity level every single time. When I ordered this scope, I've had this optic for about, I would say about a month, maybe a little more than a month. So I've been testing it in all lighting conditions, from a completely dark room out into daylight bright in the middle of the day, at dawn. Every light condition almost conceivable, I've had this optic out in it just to test the auto illumination. And I'm going to tell you guys, right, I was skeptical. I was like, I don't, I want to be able to adjust it to exactly the intensity level that I want, not what some mechanical device deems is perfect for whatever the conditions are. But I'm here to tell you guys, man, I was wrong. This auto illumination on this fiber optic dot is absolutely spot on. No matter if it's 5:30 in the morning when it's barely legal shooting light, to late in the afternoon when you've got about 3 minutes left to where you can't even hardly see anymore to shoot. The intensity of this dot is, in my opinion, in my eyes, has been perfect every single time. There's not been a situation where I would want to dim it, and there's not been a situation on where I wish that the fiber optic was brighter. It's just perfect. It's just perfect every single time, and it's to me, it's amazing that it works that well, that fluid. It's been awesome. So let's get into it a little bit. So it's a 3 to 9 by 40. The first thing you notice when you pick this piece of glass up is it's extremely lightweight. I think it's 12.8 ounces. guys, that's really light. It has a 1-inch tube, doesn't have a 30 millimeter tube, has a 1-inch tube, and it measures 12.2 inches long. So it's very short, very compact, extremely lightweight, but don't let that fool you. The performance of this optic is outstanding. Just it's been great. The power level 3 to 9 is more than enough. Is more than enough in every situation that I've had within the last 30 days of shooting it in the mountains. I've not been able to stretch it out all the way to 300 because I just don't have the room in where I hunt. But probably the farthest I've stretched it out is probably 250, 275 is kind of pushing it. And that's for you guys that hunt eastern whitetails, that's a push. That's a long way. That's not the norm. That's like worst case scenario. And this optic was plenty. And I didn't even have it cranked up to 9 power. I had it set, I think it was like 7 or maybe even 8, but I never touched 9 power. So you don't feel like you need any more magnification than the scope has. The eye relief, I think the eye relief is between 3.2 and 3.6 inches, somewhere around in there. Which is it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great. It's kind of in that mid-level range. It's fine. Could it be better? Yes. But is it usable? Absolutely. I never had any issues with it. So I think that's fine. The scope comes with a very nice Trijicon scope coat. It's like a real heavy neoprene cover, really nice. And you got these little cheesy tinted scope caps, which I really don't even use these, but it's nice that it comes with it. The field of view. The field of view, I think, is the only problem. Not really problem, but if I had to say that there was a disadvantage or a con to the scope, I would say it's field of view. And I think it's about 33.5, 33.8, something like that. So it's not terrible, but it's not all that great either. It's about middle of the road for a 3x9. So can you make it work? Yeah, absolutely you can. I would rather have more, obviously, because where my optics really shine is down low in the power range, where ranges are anywhere from about 20 yards out to about 120, 125 is really more typical what I see in eastern Kentucky, where I do primarily all of my whitetail hunting. So it's worked great. Illumination is fabulous. You also have a sunshade built into. It's not the kind of sunshade you're thinking about. It doesn't go into the objective. What it does is you actually turn this dial and it will black this sunshade. A cover will roll over inside of the optic and black out this fiber optic. So for some reason, if the fiber optic is too bright for you, you can actually manually dim it down with this built-in sunshade. Pretty slick. Pretty slick. I've got it mounted in these Trijicon 1-inch heavy-duty rings, and these things are great. They're, as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell from video, but these things are built like a tank. I picked these up for about $125 directly from Trijicon. Pick rail adaptable. the optic is also, if you guys are wondering, it is, I don't know if you guys are picking that up. Well, let me flip it back over. Got it on the wrong side. This guy is made in Japan. But don't let, we all know, or if you don't know, Japanese optics are typically very, very high quality. It's the Chinese optics that, yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with. But this optic is extremely high quality. The clarity of the picture of the glass is amazing. For the price point, this scope, I picked this glass up at Sport Optics, where I buy all of my glass from, on sale as of today for $628. And they've been on sale for probably the last 3 or 4 months. So it's to me, it is an awesome deal. So currently, I have 2 Trijicon Accupoints. I was debating on which one to use. I ordered this 3x9 about a month ago, and like I said, I've been testing it, running it for about, shooting it for about right around a month. And then I ordered the Trijicon Accupoint 1:6, which currently I have on my custom 6.5 Creedmoor, and that's what I've been hunting with hard for the last couple days. And I'll do a review on that one later, probably after season's over, because I'm not taking it off my rifle until then. But I'm here to tell you guys, man, that is the best optic I've ever used in my life, bar none. I like it even more than this 3x9. As great as this 3x9 is, I would give up that 3 power and go to 1:6. I don't feel like I'm losing anything. I can still hit targets pretty easy out to 300, 325, 350 on that 6 power setting with that fine fiber optic green dot, which is what both of the optics have, not the red dot. They come with, you can get the red or you can get the green, and I prefer the green 10 times over the red. It just stands out more. It pops to my eye a lot quicker. So and you don't use it. I've heard a lot of people say, well, it's green, you'll lose it in the vegetation in the woods. It's you don't at all. It's not. There's nothing in the woods that glows a bright fluorescent neon green. It stands out really well, much better than the red in my opinion. But I've been hunting with this 1:6 for 2 days. I shot it a couple days prior to that to get zeroed in, and I've been hunting with it for 2 days and been blown away. It's absolutely an awesome optic. I think it's going to be by far the best optic I've ever used. It's a little bit heavier. It's not I think 19.2 ounces, because it's running a 30mm tube, and you have more glass and more lenses and little bit heavier built scope. But guys, the field of view on this cat is 117.5 at 100. And if you don't know what that correlates to, when you pull it up and look, go pick one up for yourself and look. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I put it on my AR first and ran some target transitions up close with this optic, and I was faster. My splits were faster with this 1:6 Accupoint than it is with an EOTech or an Aimpoint Micro T2 or Red Dot, which is kind of the standard for up close CQB shooting and speed. But this thing blew it away, guys. This thing blew it away. I was amazed. I mean, it's super. Either one of these scopes are super versatile. I can put this on a 22 long rifle, a 17, and hunt squirrels and small game. I can put it on my AR if I want to go. This is a perfect scope for coyote hunting for an AR. Perfect setup. I can throw it on my whitetail rig and hunt whitetails anywhere in the world, or black bear, or whatever. It's not just It's not just suited for one application. That 1:6 is even more versatile than this 3x9. The eye relief on this 1:6 it says unlimited. I've never seen a scope that the manufacturer says that the eye relief is unlimited, and it is crazy. It's a lot. You can shoot it 2 eyes open. It's very, very fast. Eye relief is amazing. The best eye relief I've ever seen. The picture is super clear. It's got that great green fiber optic dot. It's just phenomenal. And like I said, once hunting season is over, I'll pull that optic off and do a really good review on that. But as far as 3-9 goes, if you guys want more magnification and you want an extremely lightweight, durable, compact, all-purpose 3-9, this is it, guys. You can't beat it. You cannot. I mean, you can't. In my opinion, you can. And I've shot a lot of optics. I spend more on optics in a year than most people spend on guns in 5 years. Now, I won't keep all of those optics. I'll usually end up buying them from Sport Optics, $2,000 to $3,000 orders at a time, and I may only keep one of those scopes, or I may not keep any of them. I return probably, I would say 90 to 95% of the optics I review. This one, I had it for 5 minutes, looked through it for 5 minutes, I shot it. I was like, I'm keeping it. So I went ahead and ordered the rings, put it in the rings. So if that tells you anything. I've had Swaro, I've had Night Force, I've had all the high-end European glass, and it's great. It's good stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I like this by far over any of those. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to see a really, really in-depth, detailed review, way more than what I do, because I'm a normal guy. I'm shooting this off of a phone, so I don't have a real big channel. But what I'm trying to do is pass on my knowledge and what I have come to find out shooting all these different optics at all these price levels, and try to push that knowledge to you guys. That way you don't have to you can streamline the process. You don't have to buy a really expensive scope and get it home and decide you really don't like it. But at that point you kind of have to live with it. Because I've done that. I've done that several times. So I'm trying to take the brunt of it for you guys and trying to push that knowledge out there so you'll be more informed and have that knowledge when you go and buy. Because there's a lot of whitetail hunters out there, man. There's a lot of whitetail hunters. And for serious whitetail, I mean, a lot of people, they just whitetail hunt and they don't shoot the rest of the year. They'll go out and shoot a box of Winchester white box and they'll shoot a couple rounds and they'll call it good. Their gun's zeroed. And if they don't kill anything that year, they don't shoot anymore. For those guys, a Nikon 3x9 is fine. Don't go and spend $600, $700, $800 on a premium fiber optic scope if you're not, in my eyes, if you're not serious about hunting like I am. I spend a lot of time away from my family. I spend a lot of time on the road. I spend a whole lot of money. I spend a lot of time just prep and scouting, time, money, travel, lodging, food, time away. It's a lot. I'm not just the guy that goes out and hunts, 2 weekends a year and put my rifle back in the case and don't get it back out. I do a lot of shooting, and I know a lot of you guys are the same way. You're very serious about it. You're very passionate, and that's what you love to do. Just being out in the woods. It's not about killing deer. That's icing on the cake. Just being out in the woods and having the experience with friends and family and just spending time, outdoors. But anyway, you guys stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. If you've used one of these before, and like I was saying, if you wanted to go see an extremely good detailed review of this exact optic. I think the guy's channel is called Aussie Reviews. He's an Australian guy. Let me tell you, the reviews he does on optics are outstanding. He has a lot more he has a lot more going on than I do with a camera phone. So go and check that review out of this optic if you guys are interested. He actually does a lot of shooting. He has a phone scope. He gets into really detailed views of the actual reticle. I can't really show you the reticle because it's not going to show up on here. And if you go to their website, it does look different looking through the glass than it actually does the representation of what the reticle looks like. So do yourself a favor, go to, I want to say it's Aussie Reviews. Just plug in Trijicon 3 to 9 Accupoint, and Accupoint, and I'm pretty sure it's going to pull up. But that review is amazing. Hats off to that guy, man, because that review, that is the review that, that is the review that made me buy this scope, and I'm glad I did. It's awesome. So you guys subscribe, hit that little notification button so you guys know when I push more videos out. You guys get all the information you can. Mountain Hunter, I'm out.